Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. We are playing some Black-Red Vampires today. What do we think of this opening hand? It's keepable. Just barely keepable. Just barely. Like, the skin of our teeth barely keepable. Largely because, we have 2 drops at D black. We have a Smoldering Marsh, which is going to come into play tapped, which is fine because we don't have a 1-drop. And we're going to play it, coming into play tapped, and the next turn we're going to have Dragonskull Summit come into play untapped, which then will allow us to play probably Gifted Aetherborn. Fingers crossed then, we draw into a land. We have 2 turns to draw into a land, so that we can actually start playing our 3 drops. I mean, we could theoretically play Gatekeeper of Malakir as well, but we want the value off of his kicker, and we want it to be a swamp if we do draw it. So, our opponent plays Eldrazi. We are playing against Eldrazi, my friends. Let's see. Are we fast enough to beat Eldrazi? That is the next question here. Well, let's play Gifted Aetherborn. Black. And then ship it to our opponent's turn. This is going to be a hard-fought match because Eldrazi is a very good deck, and we are playing a budget deck. So, fingers crossed that this actually works out pretty well. It's going to be a hard one, though. Going to be a hard one. Okay. Going to our opponent's turn. Our opponent spends 1 mana. What is he playing? What is he playing for 1 colorless mana? Dismember. That is a card you can play for 1 mana. At least he's bringing himself down quite a bit. Paying 4 life to destroy our Gifted Aetherborn. I guess it makes it so we're not actually going to be, like, gaining life, which is a good thing. Also, Death Touch against Eldrazi is super funny because they're playing, giant monsters and we'll just blow them up with our Death Touch. Hollow Fountain. Interesting. What is he playing? Is he playing like the older version of the Eldrazi deck, I wonder? Ooh. He's playing something. I'm not sure what he's playing. Eldrazi is the name of it, but not an Eldrazi deck I've ever seen. So how do we deal with this? That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's go to our turn. And depending on what we draw a Bolt. Bolt is fun. Bolt allows us to deal with this, but I think playing Vampire Nighthawk helps us deal with them better. This is my feelings. This is how I feel about it. Because we can just block either one of these and it dies and we gain life. Neat. Basically the same as Gifted Aetherborn, except better for us. He may have stuff to destroy that. Again, more dismembers. I mean, maybe. Maybe? I'm assuming he does not have another dismember in his hand. He's probably only running like 2 dismembers in the deck even. Cavernous Souls naming Eldrazi. Who would have guessed? Surprising, I know. And now, our opponent is doing what? He may Path. He actually may have a Path Exile. Yeah, okay. Which is fine. We will dig for a land. What do we not? What do we want? What do we want? Yeah, Swamp is fine. Opponent gets in for some damage. Specifically 3 damage. And now what do we need to do? Well, we could play next turn. We could play Gatekeeper and then Bolt. Bolting our opponent's other Eldrazi. But it also depends on what he plays. That's the next question. What does our opponent play now? And that's called my MTGO crashing. Let's go back to that game. You guys get to see my beautiful winter wonderland here. I'm not really sure where this is, but it's definitely a ski hill. You can see lifts. Oh, you can't. It's underneath the thing here. Okay. Let me try and type my password in here. And let's go into... Let's get back to playing our game. Super awkward whenever MTGO crashes. Especially when I'm doing this kind of like live video. I'm probably not going to edit this out, so you guys are watching me actively... there we go. It's back. You guys are watching me actively put that in, so yeah. Sorry about that. I don't mean for my MTGO to crash. It just crashes sometimes. At least it's better than when it used to crash on my... when I was playing on my Mac, and I had to like have a proxy, basically, PC on my Mac that I was playing. Okay, he plays Eldrazi Displacer. So he might actually have like a crazy combo thing. I'm assuming he's just going to blink this guy a whole bunch of times. As I was saying, yeah, when I was playing my Mac and it would crash, it would like usually crash also the like Voxbox proxy server that I'd had to play Magic with. I should have Lightning Bolt this guy. Yeah, what do I think? I think we play... What do I think? This is actually a very valid question. If we play Gifted Aetherborn, we're actually losing value. Where if we play Stromkirk Captain, we are not. Or if we play Gatekeeper, we're not. So I think what we need to do is... just thinking here, what's the best line of play? Because he's going to use this guy and probably blink this to get another Scion, which then kind of creates a bunch of Scion loops, which we're going to have to bolt this guy right away to make it so he doesn't do that. Yeah. Okay, I think we're just going to play Gifted Aetherborn. Because we'll gain some lifelink off of it, and it can... he has to hold up guys to, like, prevent me from getting through. And then I think we have to bolt this guy now. Because he can, in theory, if we wait till his turn to do it, he could actually blink this guy in response, and then he'll get a bunch of extra value. Which is not what I want. It's the absolutely last thing I want, to be quite honest. So, yeah. Kind of a hard line to play there. Because, I mean, we could have, in theory, also played Gatekeeper, which would have forced him to sacrifice stuff, which would have been the Eldrazi Scion. Which I'd rather get something better than the Eldrazi Scion, potentially. Like, if we... Yeah. I'd rather do something more than just a 1-1 for an extra 1 mana. This doesn't seem worth it. Like, Noble Hierarch. Neat. So he's going to start swinging in the air for extra damage, like, nonstop. Which means on our turn, we will probably swing in. Yeah, so what we're going to do on our turn, we're going to swing in. He's probably going to just chump block with the Eldrazi Scion, so he doesn't go down too much farther. And then we will probably play Gatekeeper. Yeah, I think this is going to be the plan. This is going to be the plan, depending also what we draw. That's the other side of it. If we draw into something good... not that. The Stromkirk. That's a really hard word for me to play, because it looks like Stormkirk to me, being all dyslexic and stuff. It literally looks like Stormkirk to me, but I know it's Stromkirk. So, okay. And does he jump block with the Scion? If he does, that'd be super funny for me. Because then we'll play Gatekeeper, and he'll make him, have to blow up one of these things. Does he? Yes or no? If he does not, then we'll probably play... Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Neat. Then we'll probably play one of the Stromkirk Captains, because we'll be swinging for more damage next turn. Stromkirk Captain. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Right there. We can, in theory, actually play another one next turn, and then we'll actually be winning the race. Is also a potential possibility. Because then this would be a 4-5, and this would be a 3-3, both with first strike. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. What is our opponent playing now? He may also have something like another path that could come up. Bunch of other stuff, which I can't think of off the top of my head, which he may be able to play. This is definitely a weird Eldrazi build. I mean, you don't really expect to see, like... Neat. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters it. So right now, that hits just my Gifted Aetherborn. Cool. That's exciting. Assuming he sacrifices it now. Assuming he sacrifices it now. And he does. Goodbye, Gifted Aetherborn. You died to some engineered explosives. It happens. It's an unfortunate thing that does happen, but it is something that does happen. Exalted, he's going to swing in for 3. Again, our clock is still technically faster. Because we're going to play another Stromkirk Captain and do more damage. And also depends on what we draw. If we draw actual removal, proper removal, Hey, another swamp. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, we need to get rid of the Scion. So when we play this guy, he actually has to sacrifice something of relevance. I think we're going to just play another Stromkirk. Yeah, I think we're going to go that way. Not the most exciting route, obviously, but I think it's actually the better of the two players. Largely because we'll be swinging with a 3/3 first strike, which means our clock is going to be faster than his, which means he's going to have to potentially block it, which means then next turn we could play Gatekeeper. Because again, next turn we'll be swinging in with another 2 3/3s, which is just faster clock than. We have a faster clock than his, which is important right now. And ship it to our. I mean, yeah, I'd like to play Gatekeeper because then we'd have another body on the field. But I think actually holding it up and using it for its kicker once we get rid of the Scion is actually a better bet. Noble Hierarch, another one. Our clock is still faster. I hate to tell you, our clock is still faster. I mean, you are swinging with 4/4 each turn, but we're gonna be swinging with 2 3/3s. So faster. We have a faster clock. Obviously, I'm not blocking because it's flying, which is funny. And which means he may... Well, what do we draw? Stensia Masquerade. Yes, I would like to play that right now. Yes, please. Super funny. Stensia Masquerade. So we have first strike. Whenever we deal combat damage to a player, we get +1/+1 counters. Which means he's going to have to jump block, otherwise we're going to get 4/4s. Which means our clock is substantially faster. Substantially faster now. Like one turn, we win faster. And let's go look at this then. And ship it to our... Should we ship it to our opponent's turn, or do we play Gatekeeper? Is there any possible way? So he's going to swing for 4 damage. Even if he does something like Become Immense, it's still... Ooh. Oh, that's nice. Because... Yeah. And this guy becomes a 4/4. Ship to our opponent's turn. I think we got him next turn, assuming he doesn't have a way of actually dealing with our creatures. I mean, he may. I mean, he has tons of cards he could potentially draw. Path to Exile, yeah, another Engineered Explosives, and a land, I guess. Yeah, there's a bunch of ways around it. Let's see what he has. If not, we are going to play probably Gatekeeper? Maybe? Gatekeeper's a possibility. Also, another Stromkirk is a possibility. We'll see. Yeah, so we're going to take 4. Putting us down to... Oh, he doesn't have Bolt, so we're not in Bolt range. We are in Bolt range. Oh, no, we're not. We're 5. 5. Sorry, I thought we were at 3. Math, not really my best suit first thing in the morning. And what do we draw? What do we draw? We draw a Guul Draz Vampire. So I think we play Gatekeeper. Do we play Gatekeeper? And then, yeah. So let's play Gatekeeper for his kicker cost. 1, 2, 3. Forcing our opponent to sacrifice a creature, which is either going to be one of his Noble Hierarchs, or it's going to be his Sky Guy, which I'm assuming he's not going to do the Sky Guy. Sky Guy. Yeah. Sky Guy. Yes. Targeting our opponent, making him sacrifice a creature. Yes. Yes, please. Sacrifice. Probably going to be Noble Hierarch. Mind you, if he does sacrifice Noble Hierarch, then we don't swing in for lethal, but we do swing in for a lot of damage. And then... I think we just swing in? Do we not die? We don't die next turn. Not unless he has like a Become Immense or something like that. Even if he does have a Become Immense. If he has a Become Immense, we do die. So I think we just need to go for it. He's going to have to block with Noble Hierarch. And I think we'll also just run out a Guul Draz Vampire. Yeah. So he's going to block the 4/4. Noble Hierarch dies. This guy becomes a 4/4 as well. No, he blocks the other one. Curious. Okay. I guess because he doesn't want to deal with 2 4/4s. And he's going to path this guy? Yep, he's pathing it. Yeah, yep. Well, we're not winning yet now. The tables have turned. Yes. We'll run out a Guul Draz Vampire on our turn. And that should be enough to win, I think. End combat step. Main combat step. second main phase, run out a Guul Draz Vampire, and then ship it to our opponent's turn. Does he have a way of dealing 5 damage to us in 1 turn? Completely possible. Just question is, does he have it? That's the next question. That's the real question right there. I mean, in theory, he could have double Noble Hierarch in hand, like have one in hand and draw one and play one. Sorry, have one in hand and then draw one, which would then put this to no, they only put it to 4. So our opponent scoops it up, going to sideboard. Well, we are running against an Eldrazi deck. That is super duper funny. So we want to put in a couple of evil presences. Actually, do we need? Yeah, no, we do, because it'll get rid of a couple things that we don't want to deal with. Other things, and our opponent just scoops the match because we're playing on MTGO, and players don't like to play 2 games in a row unless it is against the top 8 meta, which is super duper annoying for me. So yeah. I think this is the second one we've actually, with the Vampire deck we played, where our opponent has scooped the match, even if they've lost. Or if they've won. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, until next time, I'm Adrian, this is Giant Monster Games, thanks for watching, and don't forget to game like a giant monster.